Hey guys, and here we are for part 4, the final part of the Kishizo 2017 video game collection video. And today we'll be looking at this area right here, the real meat of the collection. I know I said that this would come out as part 3, but now it's part 4. What are you going to do? So without further ado, let's start look at it. There's a lot of stuff we've got to look through. At first we'll just do, I'm not sure if I mentioned these before, I can't remember. PS2 and Xbox rental signs from Video Easy, they're pretty cool. On the other side, that one says PS3 and that one says Xbox 360. My girlfriend got me those for $2 each when a Video Easy was closing, so that's pretty cool. And also my single NES game without a console, Mario Bros, that was $1. So yeah, and what else have we got up here? It's a Pocket World poster I stole from the library. There's another one. It's the backing to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary Collection. That's the pamphlet they put out advertising the Pokemon releases. That's me! Right there. And that's the Pokemon 20 Train-On posters from EB Games. And that is a record of Tootle. Do not judge me. So, yeah, also, around the top here, I didn't talk about these last time, I forgot. Oh, that's the artwork from my Burnout 2 video that I accidentally printed once, so I just decided to hang it up. I got this for $2 from a Lifeline. This is a Nintendo NES sort of satchel bag. NES controller, that's pretty cool. That was $2. And this I got with my original N64, and it's the N64 backpack kind of carrying case, which is really cool. It's also got my spare N64 console in there. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing to hang up. It's got some spare controllers, and if I ever take the N64 anywhere, it's very useful. On the top here, I've gone into a bit more depth, putting up my Yu-Gi-Oh! Boxed Game Boy collection. Eventually it's going to stretch all the way around here. I might actually need to end up taking down the cards that are in between because I'm probably going to run out of space because I've bought a lot more English games since I did this. So we'll see what happens. I still need to collect the Japanese games that go past 7. But yeah, I've got a bunch more English games, so that's going to be a bit more complete in future. But yeah, I really want to show off all these Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games. I just love collecting them. And so that brings us over to here. Now, this is my secondary TV at the moment. It's an Orion with an inbuilt VCR and DVD. And it also has RGB SCART in the back. The reason why I don't use it more often is because number one, it's a bit smaller than my main JVC CRT. And number 2, the screen geometry is pretty far out of whack. So there's some problems with that, like with all CRTs pretty much these days. And number 3, I don't have the remote for it, and the color saturation is a bit too high. So one day I hope to fix all these issues. I've got a quote for $90 to fix the screen geometry issues and get this thing calibrated from a local TV repair. Thinking about eventually taking it, because it is a nice little unit, and I do like watching. Thankfully, movies and videos don't seem to suffer too much from the screen geometry. But yeah, it is there. So yeah, hopefully one day I'll get that all fixed up because it's a nice little TV. Coming down here, let's do square by square in the boxes. Let's see what I've got in here. Spare Xbox with the name Russell. I label all my Xboxes with the system name, some random Hot Wheels. Oh, that thing I just picked up is my PS1 copy of Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters. I've got all the PS1 games, I got that, and I've also got a Japanese copy of Bit of Memories over there. Exodia from the Master Collection. I picked up that one on the cheap. I can't quite remember where, actually. Yeah, it's just escaping me. I think I got it from some eBay lot. I can't be certain. Yeah, a bunch of Master System games. I don't have a console to go with it. Alex Kidd and Shinobi World, Double Dragon, and another copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We'll be seeing a lot of those. Yeah, I think I've got 2 Sonic the Hedgehog 2s on Master System. Yeah, I do. Tucked up in the side there, we've got a fake Pokemon Pearl manual and a random disc-only copy of Halo. So many of those. Another random disc-only copy of Halo up there. Fake Pokemon stickers. They're pretty cool. A Luigi, a Gundam I made, and my Pong system. This is a PC50X compatible system. I got it for $5. I even have the box for that game. I think it's up there somewhere. But yeah, cool little fully analog Pong system. I took it. This will actually be a video of its own. It's a pretty interesting story. I took this down to my library for our video game day, and that was a hell of a lot of fun. Getting to play some Pong 2-player. Underrated game, that game Pong. Okay, so we move over to the left here. These are a lot of my video game books that I have, and Yu-Gi-Oh books. You know, monster book. I picked these up over the years. Got some of the Prima guides for Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to collect all of those, as well as maybe even the Japanese game guides, but they can be hard to find, and I won't really be able to get much out of them. And they often did an annoying thing where they took one game, like say this one. This is Stairway to Destiny Duel. They took one game and they split it into 2 different manuals. I don't know why, so that's annoying. Gameplayers Encyclopedia, old Gameplayers magazine, book about Nintendo games. Sorry, a bad camera angle. I'm just trying to do all this with one hand. This one's the Gran Turismo 4 game guide. Got that pretty cheap. My original childhood Pojo Yu-Gi-Oh guide from 2006. That one's going to feature pretty heavily in the Yu-Gi-Oh game reviews from now on, because they had reviews of all the games that were out at the time in that thing. And my childhood Pokemon Heart Gold manual. I lost my Pearl and Diamond one. And a retro game annual that I still haven't read, that my girlfriend got me for Christmas a couple of years ago. And we move over here. A couple more, what's it called? Master System games. Space Harrier there, pretty cool, that one. Another copy of Sonic 2. Amazing Spider-Man on cassette tape. The BBC radio series. I've listened to part of this. It's really cool, actually. I can't wait to read the rest. What with Marvel season? MTV tape. Can't remember what I've recorded on there. Yeah, a bunch of just. I like collecting cassette tapes. This one's a cool one though. This is the original Wiggles tape. This is the first one they ever put out, and it's signed by Greg Wiggle. I met him one day when he was at my work, because I work at a children's funland. And he signed that for me. Actually twice, but it rubbed off. But yeah, so he's a cool guy. He signed it Greg Wiggle, because I asked him to. And yeah, I love the Wiggles. Man, who doesn't love the Wiggles? You don't love the Wiggles? Well then go away. And of course, Mr. Men tape, read by Arthur Lowe from Dad's Army. That's pretty cool. Also Peter Pan, but I'm probably never going to listen to that, because that's the expurgated version where they took out all the gore. There's no point listening to the Peter Pan book without that. And Hunchback of Notre Dame, read by Christopher Lee. That featured in the Zenocracy video. Yeah, moving down, we've got an old Yu-Gi-Oh album, which I got at a garage sale for like $10. Had a bunch of his old cards in there too. I've taken out all the fake ones. It's just got the real ones now. Haven't integrated them into my collection yet, because I'm trying to, you know, categorize and itemize all the different cards I've got, so I can collect all the ones I want. I want to collect all the 3-letter set code cards, with the exception of the... got my thumb. With the exception of the reprint sets. More Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there. More Yu-Gi-Oh cards in here as well. What do we got over here? Game Boy cases. That's a Game Boy SP1. I got it on market. I thought I'd sold you. Didn't I sell you? I thought I sold... Wait. Okay, we're now going to jump forward about 2 days, because I've just looked over the files and a large chunk of it, the largest chunk, wasn't recorded. So let's get back to it. There's not much in the final square. You pretty much saw all the third one. Yeah, there's not much in the final square. An old Pokemon handbook. My spare Yu-Gi-Oh inbox games, which no one's really entered the competition to yet. So that giveaway might either be postponed or not happen. What I have got here is my Game Boy games. Now, I've recently had to split these into 2 separate binders, one for Game Boy, one for Game Boy Advance. So yeah, there's all my Pokemon games. One I'm particularly... The crazy thing is, like, all these, that was maybe $5 for the lot, because I get a lot of these in bulk lots. And so I've got so many. A lot of these games were also given to me by my friend Paul. I believe Super Mario Land 2 he gave to me, as well as maybe Wario Land 2. I may be misremembering. But yeah, he gave me a lot of his old Game Boy games, which is really cool. I don't currently have them all. Some of them were just so bad that like I couldn't keep them, but yeah. Recent pickups, Solar Striker and Operation C, which are pretty cool Game Boy games, you know. And I managed to catch my local game store slipping on them. And here is what was my Game Boy collection, like my Yu-Gi-Oh! Game Boy collection, until this happened. So yeah, now collecting all in cartridge. Like, I got these like over a year, like I think 2 or 3 years ago I bought these all in one big bulk lot. It just came with a lot of them, except for 2 of these. It only came with that one. It didn't come with any of those. But yeah, I just have no need for them now, so they'll probably be part of the giveaway, be part of a giveaway at some point. But hell, you know what? If you want one of these loose Yu-Gi-Oh! Game Boy games for any reason, just leave a comment, and if you're in Australia, I'll just send it to you for free. Like, if you want one of these games, just tell me A, what you've liked about Veda, B, what you like about the channel, and C, which game you want and why. And screw it, I'll just friggin' send it to you. And final page, Missile Command. Bob the Builder, winner of the award for Best Music on any Game Boy game ever. And just some other random ones. And also Zelda Ocarina of Ages, which the box is over there for it. Let's see if I can... Yeah, see that blue box? That's just sitting there randomly. $6, not bad. And now we come to Game Boy Advance. Not as many in here. But yeah, I just got so many that I had to make sense of one. Again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Games I don't really need anymore because I have them in box. The only one I don't have in box is that one. These two will also be given away at some point because I got the box. Oh, I know, I don't have the box for either of those two. So I need to get those. But I'm only 4 boxes away from finishing my Game Boy Advance collection for it. My proudest find out of this lot, probably Astro Boy, which I got for $4. I think actually slightly less than that because it was on sale and they didn't realize what they had. Awesome game, by the way, if you ever find it. Really fun. And probably one of my most nostalgic games ever. Not this particular cut, but Scooby-Doo 2. This is the double pack. This is a pirated double pack on the Game Boy Advance. That's one of the first Game Boy Advance games I ever played. My friend brought it into school. Also some other cool games. My childhood Yoshi. Doom, another gift from Paul. Thank you, Paul. And I bought this random game which had no label on it. I talked them down, say like, hey, they normally sell them for $5, but hey, this one has no label. No one knows what it is. Will you do me $2 on it? And they were like, yeah. And I played it, and it turned out to be Drake and Josh, which is pretty cool because while it's probably not a good game, I am a big fan of Drake and Josh back in the day. So that's pretty cool for me to have. Other stuff I got lying around. This is my new capture card for my retro consoles. It does S-Video and Composite, and the software it comes with and the quality you get out of it is actually pretty dang good for a composite card. These are only $8 on eBay, and if you need a capture card which gives you every option you'll ever need, this has every resolution, every video format under the sun, you can customize everything, every quality thing. It's way better than those crappy easy caps that you got a couple years ago which did ULEAD. Take a good look at this. Buy this. This gets my full recommendation. It just does everything you need to do, and it's only like $8. So yeah, totally recommend this. Great software. Yeah, I'll do a review of that later. And this is my old capture card, which I do not review at all because it is a temperamental little thing that barely works and currently isn't working, which is the reason why I got that thing. So yeah, what's this? Like Tevion, just stay away from these. It's just no good. Doesn't even have integrated USB audio. That was a real nightmare. I used that in all my previous videos, but in future, they're all going to be through the new one. Random stuff I've got littering the floor here. My mini Genexia Portavision television. This is really cool. I got it for $5 for a flea market. It actually runs on D batteries in the bottom here, although you need to get ones that are like good quality, like Duracell's full charge to get enough amps to power the screen properly. But what's cool about this is actually it's got a composite input on the back. So if you want to, like, this is just like a miniature portable gaming TV. You could hook up like a Game Boy player or a plug-and play or something like that. And yeah, away you go. It's just a cool little thing for $5. And it also can work when you're capping through a DVD recorder, the S-video signal, while at the same time, you know, having the composite out to this, so you don't have to deal with lag. That's always useful. Other random stuff. My Game Boy Advance SP grip, which would be good if my Game Boy Advance SP was currently in decent condition. I need to grab a new one of those, I think. Random N64 I found by the side of the road. Probably going to paint that with my friend and then resell it. Oh, I always have this composite line trailing out from my TV's monitor out. And that's so I can easily hook up gun cons when I want to play my light gun games, because I've got a couple light gun games in here. But we'll get to that in a sec, but that's just an easy way of doing it. And I also trail out the audio out, just because you never know when you might need that, but mainly because my surround sound system is not currently working. I need to repair that at uni. These controllers here, this is another one I'm going to do a video on at some point. These are the Logitech, this is the Extreme Action Controller. They also made the Action Controller, which I have, and these are pretty much premium PlayStation 2 controllers. There's a lot of cool stuff. They got a very long heavy cord. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, very long heavy cord. Gold-plated pins. You can kind of see there. Really ergonomic. Faux leather grips. Yeah, these are really high quality, like very nice controllers. The problem is, if you ever find one of these for like $5 at a flea market or something like this, they never work. They never ever work. If you buy one of these, make sure you test it, because these sticks have a habit of just breaking and registering false inputs all the time, and so unless you turn it off analog mode and just use the admittedly very nice D-pad for PS1 games, these controllers just don't work. However, the good news is you can replace the analog sticks with standard PS2 replacement analogs, or even legitimate actual analog sticks off broken controllers, which I actually have, because some PS2 controllers do give up the ghost. So yeah, these are repairable, but if you want to buy one of these, make sure you're willing to invest the time and soldering skills into potentially having to repair it. And every one I've ever seen on eBay goes for, well, it's listed for a rather high price, but they're always untested. So yeah, be careful of that. What do we got? Plush Pokeball. Ooh, this is in my random controllers, because I've been playing some Ratchet and Clank. I haven't really cleaned up here before. Oh, this is a cool controller. This is the AirPad. I say that because it's made by the AirPad Corporation. This is their only product. And this is, as you saw earlier in Veda, a motion controller for the PS1 and PS2. It actually has several different kinds of tilt, analog and digital. And yeah, you can control your game just by doing that to tilt the D-pad, or in some modes even by doing that to mimic, what's it called, the NG-Con? Something like that. The Namco steering controllers that they made, the twist ones. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. The problem is it has a bit of a dead zone. Once you go a bit too far forward, it just stops registering movement. I'm going to be doing a full video on that at some point. Hopefully this year, so we will see. And let's see, what else we got? These are store like advertisement shelf cards for the PS4. I got those for free off Dick Smith that was closing down. That was pretty cool. They used to be part of the set, but they're hard to stick up, unfortunately, because they're very heavy. What else we got? Some Walkmans in the back there. My Mega Drive collection. It's pretty small. I don't know why I didn't get more, because like my local thrift store was selling some of those. They had about 40 of them for $1 each. I don't know why I did not just get the lot. I'm kicking myself. These are cool. Mini Yu-Gi-Oh puzzles, sealed. I mean, I have no reason to make them, but they're cool to have. You get dice game cards, DS games, as well as some more books. Most interesting book here is probably Mewtwo Strikes Back, the Little Golden Book Edition. That's going to be the subject of a pretty cool book. Duel Master's Guide, no one cares. And an original Gen 1 official Pokemon handbook. That's interesting. Other cool books, the novelization of Mewtwo Strikes Back, the novelization of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and there are 2 books in the original series of Pokemon books, and I believe these have actually been reprinted in the new collections that they're doing. And these are 2 stories, this is one of them, that were never an episode, so these were only ever these books. There's Race to Danger, which is about balloon racing, which I could have sworn as a kid I saw as an episode. And also Talent Show Showdown. So, yeah, so I think in order to see every original Pokemon story, you need to own those 2 books by Tracy West. So they're actually pretty cool. And of course, if you ever see these, always pick them up. The Pokemon Pop Quiz books, I've got 1 and 3. They actually go surprisingly in-depth. There's even a question about Electric Soldier Porygon in there, which was a banned episode worldwide at the time. So that's pretty cool for a fan in the modern era. Memory cards, more memory cards than any man should ever need. I've just picked up over the years, including the hen's tooth that is the original Xbox memory unit. You ever see one of those, make sure you pick it up because it's the only way to transfer files on an original Xbox. And yeah, DS is my DSi that I've tripped out in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now these things are pretty cool, hanging off the bottom of the shelf here. These are actually the tags from the Kmart shirt. You know, the Mario Brothers one, the Sonic the Hedgehog Collector's Edition. I have all these shirts. But they're actually exactly the same as, for the Nintendo ones at least, the NES box art. And it's a pity they don't make a Mario 2 shirt, because then you could have all 3, but I just find that really cool. That, like, I'll show you what's on the back. It's just like, you know, standard logo stuff. But, you know, it's a mini poster that you get with your shirt. And if I'm being honest, that's pretty much the reason why I bought the Mario 3 one, because of that. Because I didn't actually particularly like the style of that one, but I wanted the bloody tag. So that's crazy. Spare PS2, not hooked up to anything, it's just sitting there. My SNES, which is just, you know, the only game I have for it is the Super Game Boy, so yeah, I used it to cap the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, and I haven't really done that much else with it, if I'm honest. A PS1 game wallet, which has a bunch of my loose PS1 games, including Ridge Racer, Abe's Exodus, Driver 2. There's not much else that's too interesting in there. There's some good stuff, but yeah. And we get up here. I see my posters I've got. That's one from EB Games, that's one from Pocket World, that's another one from EB Games, that's from the back of the original Legendary Collection. That's me! And that's a record of Tootle because it's my wall and I can put what I want on it. And let's see, what have we got up the top here? We have a Japanese Dark Magician Girl, just because. A Bionicle. I actually bought a set of about 20 to 40 Bionicles for about $1 each from a thrift store, and I resold them at about $10 a piece, but I wanted to keep this one. So yeah, that was a nice little bit of profit. Helps me buy more video games. A Falsebound Kingdom, Japanese, on the GameCube. I don't have the PAL version yet, so I can't play it, but it looks cool. My Master Chief, this is the original 2002 Halo 2 Master Chief. I actually, with the Bionicles, got 2 extra guns and an extra hand for him that can hold the extra gun. So, yeah, that was pretty lucky, but otherwise, he's a nice little figure that I got for $2 from a flea market. Also, a Ken there from Street Fighter. I don't play Street Fighter, but it's a knockoff ceramic figure of Ken, which is pretty cool. And a Blue Eyes. This is cool. It's actually a model Blue Eyes that I got from a School Fate. And, you know, you can take him apart and put him together, but yeah, he just stands there and he's a Blue Eyes. What's he standing on? A PS2 stand. Yeah, I've got a couple more ones like this, like the with the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon there, which I can't balance very well at the moment, but yeah. So, oh, I'll just get those out of the way up there, because I need to put them away. Just some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So that brings us to the main event, the center console. Now, we will go from the bottom up, I think. So this is where the consoles are. It's not the best arrangement at the moment, because my S-Video that I have to do requires me to constantly be plugging in and unplugging video cables, and I think I might just go back to composite pretty soon, because the KDM cables, if you want more information on the KDM cables, I did a review of them, so just look that up on my channel. PS1 games, first of all, no. Most of these I got for $5 or less, just because I don't spend that much more in games, and, you know, if you wait, good things will come. And so, yeah, I've got a lot of these cool stuff. I mean, Oddworld, that was actually free. Well, I ended up paying $2 for it, but there was nothing in my wallet, so the kind lady at the thrift store just gave it to me. Croc, Legend of the Gobbos, Auto Destructor. I wish I didn't get that. That's terrible. Final Fantasy VIII. That was only $2. Because it was half price from 4. Spyro the Dragon, Pandemonium, all good stuff. And the coolest one I got this for $2 because it didn't. Because the lady at the thrift store was like, "Oh, it doesn't have art. You can have it for less than our usual PS1 game price of $5." You get $2. Final Fantasy VII Promo Edition. All 3 discs. I have never played Final Fantasy yet. I own 7, 8, and 10. But yeah, that's just a really cool thing, and so it's mine now. And because of this, like, my collection I could definitely sell for a profit. I think I might have even profited on my collection already, just because I've spent money very carefully, and I've resold all my extras, and I look for the right extras to resell, and I don't tend to hang on to too many videos, too many games that I don't want, unless I want to make a video on them. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot and Crash Bandicoot 3 were $2 each. CTR was only $5. No manual though, that's disappointing. Yeah, some pirated games at the bottom there. Oh, and of course this one's actually really cool. This is Pingu, Japanese PS1 game. There's no actual, to my knowledge, Japanese language in this. There's a little bit, but I think it's mostly just in Newt speak. So an English player can play that. I'm excited to get around to that because I've got a mod chipped PS1. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And it actually came out, ASCII came out with a controller for that, which actually had Pingu and the seal on it. And I really want that controller because I just think it's so cool. Thomas on top there. Pac-Man, Candy Tin. Wii that's not hooked up because I play my Wii games on my Wii U. Yeah, so yeah, looking at the consoles, got my Mega Drive that's, to be honest, barely touched. I really need to play more Mega Drive. Pokemon Stadium's in the N64 with Mario and Ash. Figures glued to it that I found. That Mario figure's probably actually worth something. I used to have a Banjo-Kazooie figure which stood here and had his hand over the cable. But then I discovered that Banjo-Kazooie figure was worth $90, so I sold him. Because I've never played Banjo-Kazooie, I have no real connection to him, he was just cool. Yeah, my childhood PS2, it's the Platinum one. It's pretty cool. I still have the original stand to that, as you guys saw last time. PS1, that wasn't a pirated game, by the way, that was, that's Godzilla. It's a DVD, I was just keeping it in there for storage. It's not pirated, trust me. And, of course, my Xbox, old Wheezy. I name all my Xboxes according to the name that, is, what's it called? The name that's on the hard drive. There, that's Wheezy there. Need to replace the DVD drive in him because, he's dying. Come up to the main TV, the JVC CRT. I got this for $15 with the TV unit. And it's a nice model, but, I'm thinking of just replacing it with, like an LCD with SCART inputs. I've got my eye on a $50 model at Salvo's, but otherwise it's got a component. It's just I'm just annoyed with CRTs in general because screen geometry is a thing that can't be fixed cheaply. I mean, I've got on a quote for $90 to fix them, and I'm tempted to take it, but yeah, I'm thinking just upgrading to an LCD and sticking to that. Hopefully it won't have too much lag. I'll have to test it. And that brings us, oh, this is pretty cool. A store display for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I can't really take it out right now because of... this is my N64 collection, by the way, along with Ocarina of Time, which I've barely played. I've barely played any of these games, if I'm being honest. Yeah, because of these Tarzos, I can't take it out at the moment. But that's just one that EB Games puts on their shelf, and they were throwing it out, and I'm like, hey, can I have this? And they're like, yeah, sure. Yeah. On the rim here, I've got my Yu-Gi-Oh! Tarzos that I picked up in an eBay lot recently. So they're pretty cool. The coolest one is the one right in the middle. This one, if you ever look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Tarzos, this one's hard to find because this one was given away with K-Zone magazine, I believe. It's number 48? Yeah, 48. Yeah, so I just put them up there because they looked cool. I arranged them all with their appropriate characters and as much as I could. And that takes us to the top. This is where I put all my tat I pick up. I've got little Dragon Ball Z figures that I found in like different scenes. Like you got Cell there with Vegeta, Trunks looking on, and Vegeta, and also pieces from the Yu-Gi-Oh board game. I've got 2 Yu-Gi-Oh board games actually. My friend has another one, so, and they're all got different box styles, which is cool. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's Yugi. He's fallen off his perch there. Also, if you wanted to know what Yugi's hair looked like from the back, apparently that's it. Yeah, that's just some Yu-Gi-Oh figure I have. I got that at a garage sale, I believe. And yeah, just a bunch of stuff I've picked up over the years, gotten as presents. A lot of mini Pokemon figures, they're pretty cool. Railway Snap for Thomas the Tank Engine, that was a pretty cool find. Horrible candy inside a barrel with Mario on top, it tastes terrible. Oh, everything's falling over. Trico, there's a Yoshi there on a cart. What else stuff? The Dragon Ball Z scenes have been destroyed over here, because like, just the TV stand wobbles a bit and things fall over, unfortunately, so I need to get a better one. Yeah, this Cooler. I think it's Cooler, not Frieza. It looks like Cooler. Cooler and Goku, another Goku with very raised nipples. I don't know who this is. Is this supposed to be Kid Trunks? I don't know. Oh, Total Gamer Ratchet and Clank card my sister's boyfriend gave me. Another Master Chief. A cool Matchbox police car. A Luigi. I finally found a Parasect Pokemon card, so that's cool because my favorite Pokemon's Parasect. And it's a Topham hat. And some Mega Man stuff. My stereo there. That doesn't have a working tape deck, but I keep it as a CD player. And Kaiba, another Summon Skull. And this is probably the last big interesting thing. These are the Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles. So it contains 1 episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Normally part of a 2-parter, which is annoying. And yeah, so you get 1 episode on these little discs, and you can just collect them. And I kind of want to collect them all in this original packaging. I found that one for, I think, $1 at a Lifeline, and I think it just looks cool, and I'd like to collect the lot. And I think that with that, then that is, that's everything. So yeah, what time is it? Oh, it's 10:30. I gotta be ready to get to uni. I slept in today, so I couldn't catch the early bus. But yeah, that is basically my collection in April 2017. It's more than doubled its size than what it was last year. If you want to see what it was last year, go to the first part of the collection video, and there's a link in the description because I kept that video as unlisted. I might put it back up, but I don't know. But yeah, it is more than doubled since last year, and I've played a lot less games this year than last year. To be honest, a lot of my gaming has been on PC, playing Team Fortress 2, Guns of Icarus, Serious Sam 2. Those have been my biggest games. But yeah, I've got a lot of console games that I want to get my teeth stuck into, but it's growing at an exponential rate, and I just don't have time to play all these games. This is why I've got to be careful with which ones I keep, which ones I sell, which ones I buy. I only keep the really interesting stuff, like the stuff that's really interesting to me. In fact, I'm considering getting rid of my entire N64 collection, just because I never play it. I don't have too much interest in the N64 outside of Pokemon Stadium helping me with Pokemon, and it doesn't look as appealing to me as the PS1. I'm gonna stick with it for a while, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I just really need time to sit down and play a lot of these games. Yeah, get a couple friends over, play some of these multiplayer games. I mean, I have 6 Xbox consoles. They don't all work, but yeah, I need to do some LAN stuff, and it's like, yeah. So I pretty much, yeah. I mean, so with that collection video done, and with Veda, 2017 almost done. This is the thing I moved out of the way earlier, right? This was just some Yu-Gi-Oh! Miniature playing cards that I got. Like, what's that? That's Trapmaster there. That's Dark Elf, Petit Moth. It's pretty cool. I just found it at like a $2 shop. That's what's moving. But yeah, so tell me. Oh, actually no, there was one more thing. I think only one. My girlfriend got me this for our anniversary the other day. This is Mario Uno, and apparently it's got some special rules, like to link in with Mario. And I just think it's really cool. I like my Uno, So, yeah, that should be good. Oh yeah, I don't know if I pointed them out before. Xbox and PS2 rental signs from Video Easy, they're cool. But yeah, that is about it. So yeah, if there was something that you particularly liked the look of, that you thought was cool that you got, or that you want to know how much I paid for, or you want to know the story behind, or anything like that from the entire collection video, leave a comment down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. When's this coming out? The 28th? Yeah, it's coming out today. So yeah, stick around for the 30th. That's the one you want to watch. Not quite sure what I'll be doing for Veda tomorrow, but yeah, that was the 2017 Kishizuo collection. See you guys.